Hello my friends, this is Carrie from Parton's Heritage Homestead. We are a Mediterranean style homestead. We bake and mill our own flour. We have our own honeybees. We grow our own fruits and vegetables. We raise our own birds and our own eggs. And we do as much as we can self-sufficiently in a cleaner Mediterranean atmosphere or Mediterranean way. So with that being said, we got a lot to do today, and a lot to inform you. So let's get started. Alright y'all, so today is the day that we start homesteading big time. It's getting to the point we get ready for filling up our pantry, and I have, I think, 3 jars left of butter beans. So we need to start canning this week some large lima beans, which are also considered butter beans. I have chickpeas I have to start canning. I have another batch of Dijon mustard that we're currently working on, and today we are actually doing an all bread day. Currently I have on the timer, so when this goes off I may have to take care of this bread, but I am making 2 loaves of Pullman bread because one of them is for my fresh milled breadcrumbs. This is the only type we eat, and as you can see it's actually pretty low. So, and that's what it looks like. It is amazing, and its flavor is absolutely delicious. So we're going to take 1 whole bread, slice it up, put it in a dehydrator, grind it up, and we have breadcrumbs. The other one that we're making, that one is going for to eat on. Talk about bread, we also have something that I am going to introduce you to, but before I get to that, I need to say there are some that are coming to me and telling me that they are being unsubscribed, y'all. I don't know why this is going on. Honestly, I don't. I'm not going to fret about it, but if you are finding you're not finding these videos, maybe you got unsubscribed. So just thought I'd put that out there. If you do happen to like our homestead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and help us keep going. Now, for those who have been with me for quite a while, you know right now that I had stopped sharing anything. I have not gotten in to none of the offers that were given to me. Honestly, I let a lot of them go. But this one was different. This one was something I think would benefit many of us, including me. For those who do sourdough, you're actually going to love this one. Number one, it's about a $35 package. However, with a code from me, which I will put everything in the description box for you. I think it was Parton's Bake or Parton Bakes. You get a 10% discount on top of it, so that means that you would end up with basically $30 for 11-piece sourdough starter kit. Now this is from TeeMars Complete Sourdough Starter Kit, and it's a unique kit, but what comes in this is actually kind of amazing, and so I chose to do this one. So we're going to go ahead getting ready to finish the process of this bread, and once I do, I'm going to show you what's in this kit. Alright y'all, now that I have a few minutes, I even have to do some breakfast stuff this evening too, so that I can put them in the freezer for hubby for the week. But, so this box here, like I said, this is a TeeMars, and this is an 11-piece set. Y'all, this is pretty interesting. It talks about here, it gives you this pamphlet. I'm making the dough, shaping, proofing, scoring, troubleshooting, I mean, it gives you a list of things. And in the back, it gives you a list of what everything that comes in this box. It's got a 34-ounce sourdough glass jar. It's for storing and maintaining our sourdough starter, which I need that. Honestly, I've been using a pint jar, but this looks like it's going to be good. 34 ounces, large capacity, is enough to make 4 to 5 sourdough loaves. So, let's see, it says you can easily add flour and water to 3.5 inches wider mouth glass jar. Remove the starter when needed. Then it's got a thermometer band. It can be attached on the sourdough jar and monitor the temperature at any time to find the optimal, which is 70 to 80 degrees. Now that is something I don't even have on my jar, so that is pretty cool. It's got feeding time and level tracker, which this is cool. You can swivel strap sideways to mark the feeding time, move it up and down to mark your starting level. It's got a breathable cloth cover for the sourdough starter or the dough during fermentation, which I'm going to say that was probably for auto leasing. It allows air to circulate while preventing contaminants from getting in. Then it comes with two, a 9-inch round and a 10-inch oval proofing baskets, which are known as bannetons, but these are silicone. These are not your typical wicker, which I have those too. But these bannetons are actual silicone. So this is kind of cool, y'all. This is a 9-inch, and then this is your 10-inch. Let's see. So this is interesting, very interesting. And I guess it's storable the same way. You can flatten it down I don't know if I can get it back in there or not now. Yeah, I can. So just follow it around, and you can actually store them like this instead of stacked like I do with my bannetons now. The wicker, these are actually kind of stackable in a sense of it. They do this, and then they just easier to put away. It comes with a silicone spatula for stirring inside of our jars. It comes with a silicone brush. This is for applying water, oil, or egg wash to the surface of our bread. It comes with a bread lame. This is to score your bread with. And it has 5 extra blades, and it's got a cover for protecting your blades too. So that's pretty cool. And it's got the last piece would be this metal scraper for shaping our dough and working with our dough. So this kit is pretty cool, y'all. For 30 bucks, like I said, you can, it's like $32.99, I think it was. But you can get a 10% discount and get this whole entire kit for 30 bucks. So it's alright, that's pretty cool. There's the temperature gauge right here. It's got Fahrenheit and Celsius, so you can choose whichever one you need for you. Me, I would need Celsius, and it's showing. Okay, I see how this one works. So it's got a blue mark right here, and it shows the temperature reading. It's about 78 degrees right now, so this is cool. And then here's the band, which is elastic right here. Ow. 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 Y'all, that works. It stretches. So, right onto my jar. And then here is the mark on my glass. I don't know if you can see that. but I can set this mark. It's a little black line here. I can set it on the day that this was fed and at what time of the day, whether it be 6 a.m., 6 p.m., or noon. So this is really cool. I have to say, y'all, I like this. And that's the only reason why I chose to go ahead and do the example for this one. I think it is very practical for a lot of us. And it has that cover here when you're just doing this on the counter. Then if you want to put it away for the in the refrigerator, you can seal off your jar here. So I'm actually going to set this up. I gotta figure out where I need to put this piece here for the temperature gauge. Yeah, I'll find out how to put this on here, but I need to feed my starter. So, because I am getting ready, once I get all this other stuff done, I am getting ready to make some more sourdough. So let me get this cleaned up, and I'll see about working with this piece right here to get me started on my sourdough. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and then set up this. Now I'm using Fahrenheit. I got to pull this backing off of it. Now I'm going to set this on the opposite side of my jar. There we go. Just like so. And it'll stick right to it. I would say we'd have to be careful about putting this in water. Now I got this one for another time. That one was the one for Celsius. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my starter. I have to basically keep mine in the refrigerator because it's fresh milled. So I'll go ahead and empty out my container here because I'm going to discard, and I'm going to feed it with 50 and 50 1-1-1 ratio. I may have to actually start doing it 1-2-2 ratio actually, so it'll more likely be 50 grams of starter, 100 grams of flour, and 100 grams of water, because this thing is rising quite quickly, and so I think I need to start changing it up a little bit. So we're gonna get this cleaned out and we'll be right back. Alright, y'all, so now I'm going to take my jar, I'm going to set it up on my scale, clear it out. I'm going to add 50 grams of my sourdough starter. Ooh, hold the boat. I got too much here, hang on. Now we got. Perfect. Alright, there's my 50 grams of starter. The rest of this will go into the compost. I need to clean this off. Be right back. Alright, now I have 50 grams of starter, but I'm going to be adding 100 grams of water and 100 grams of flour, because mine is starting to change quite a bit. I mean, this thing here is several months old, so it makes sense. So now I'm going to add 100 grams of my fresh milled. I like this wide mouth. Oh, just about had it. 1 gram off. There it is. Yes. Alright, now we got our flour. Now we just need our water. And I'm using distilled water for this. Now clear this out and then add our water. That's it. Spot on. Ooh, one more. Tricked me. That's it. Right there. Alright. Now I'll show you the stir, which I have another one over here. It's the same thing, but it's actually just a single piece like this, and it's quite sturdy for stirring with versus this, which is flimsy. So now I'm just going to come in here and stir my sourdough up. Now this goes a little bit thicker than most. I don't like mine runny. I actually like mine thick, but I need to incorporate all of this flour in here. So that's why I like these sticks like this. Now I will say the other one, because this jar is really tall, the other one is longer than the one I have right now. So just so you know that one. So it will definitely, I see it beneficial to using that one than this. Alright, so now I got it all incorporated. Now I'm just gonna bring this, clean it all off, clean off all my sides, just like so. Push this down here. Level this off as much as possible. Alright, y'all. Now, I'm going to put my band on. This is actually really nice. Look for my mark. It is Tuesday. We're going to put it right about there. And we're going to drop this down here so I can see it's over at the 200 liters. I believe that's what this is. So put my mark right there, and that's it. So this thing has a marker. It has time or date when you've done this. It has a temperature reading. I actually really like this jar, y'all. This is a very beneficial kit. And here's another thing. If I'm not, nope, it won't work. Okay, so the wide mouth in this is much larger, is a little bit larger than your actual wide mouth jar. So you would have to have their lid on it, because this thing is a lot bigger. That's actually really cool, y'all. So now my starter is ready to leave it out on the counter, let it rise, and then I'll be putting this in the refrigerator. So we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so I really hope that that helps you too. Again, in the description, I'll give you the link to go straight to, it's through Amazon, straight to being able to find this kit, and you can read more up on it. But like I said, it looks like a really nice kit to me. And honestly, this jar, this is amazing. And then you get a bread lamb and all of this kit for this price. I'm going to tell you, when I went, and to be honest, when I bought my first kit, and it didn't consist of just 3 pieces. It came with 2 bannetons and this cloth type inside of them. I paid way more than this kit for just those 2 bannetons, and then the bread line came separate and all of that. In this kit you get, even though they're silicone, I've not tried that before. Now we will be trying it, and when I do, I will be making a video with you on it. But these got 2 silicones with it, that jar with the temperature gauge, the measurement, and the calendar for you. Then it's got the stir stick and all of this. So to me, that's a deal, and that is the only reason I took this. It seemed like a really good deal to me, so we'll see what happens. In the meantime, I have some new things that we have on the homestead. Mr. James was helping a new beekeeper out, and we got him and his family their own set of bees. Well, in return, this man made Mr. James a 30-frame beehive. We're going to go outside and show you that, and show you some of the new upgraded changes that we've done. Basically cleanup. And we've got more to do, so it's getting kind of interesting now. I'm watching my bread at the same time because I've got, this is crazy, I got one in the oven baking, while at the same time I've got one on a rise for the second loaf. So we're working multiple tasking here. Plus I got to get breakfast burritos made up and sausage for biscuits, egg and sausage biscuits, and then I've got supper to do, which Lord have mercy, we got a lot going on, and so I'm just working in between it all. Okay, y'all, well, you might as well see this one, because this one finished a lot sooner than what the recipe said to do. But I'll pull this pan out because we don't want it sweating in here. This is why I like my homemade, what do you call these, pot holders, because I don't feel none of this. And I actually grease this pan too. All right. There we go. Whew. That's a pretty nice squared off Pullman loaf, y'all. That's bread number one. We got another one we're working on. Now I'm gonna lay this one on its side and let that cool. The reason we take it out of the Pullman pan like that is because we don't need it sweating and then making our bread wet. So this one's going to be pulled aside and get ready for my next loaf that'll come in here when it's finished. So I'm going to put this up here, let it cool off, and we're going to go outside. Okay, y'all, so this area was completely cleaned out yesterday. This is my she tractor in the way right now. But all of this was cleared out. And what I'm fixing to do here, I haven't decided if I'm going to plant flowers here or not. I do have some lily of the valleys, thank you Cece, I need to plant. So this is partial shade area that they absolutely need. So this is what I thought about planting them in those little planter box right there. We turned this one, this is where the turkeys were. We turned this into a secondary Easter egger chicken house. And then we have these girls here. And then this part up here, I changed. We'll have more flowers over here. And then I took my bench in front of this little barn so that I could fix it up kind of cute like. So the bees, we'll go over here again. Okay, so, and then this is our garden area. It's working on it. We're getting green beans. I'm almost ready to can a couple green beans as it is. This one here, we got, I don't know if you can see that right here. Hang on. Ooh, lordy. I can't reach it. Hang on, y'all. There we go. We got our pepper over here. So we got some peppers coming on. And then we have over here, we do have some, let's see if I can come over here. Something was digging in my bed. Don't like that. Let's see here. Can't hardly see it because it's a dark color. But, shoot. Right there is an eggplant. Whew. That was a stretch. Pomegranate tree here. And now here, this is the fun one, y'all. So here's our honeybees in their new home, and so far they look like they're acclimating to this new box. This box here is theirs for good. This hive got to be extremely large, and we chose to work with them because we had to do something quick. They were outgrowing their boxes so quickly, so this was the choice that we did, to go ahead and get them in here. And it was fun. It was a hit or miss if we could keep them or not. It was scary, but it looks like we kept them. So I don't know if you can see this. They're doing figure eights and stuff around here. If you watch them just a little bit, you can see some of them, but that means they're acclimating to the area and their box, so when they fly off, they'll be able to come back in. We got a very small pint jar of emergency honey from them, and I'm going to tell you, we think that they were harvesting off of peach flowers, because that honey was floral and kind of like peaches. It was really good tasting honey, and I used it inside of my bread. So it actually had some royal jelly in that one too, just a little bit of it, and pollen. So it was some really good honey to use. But anyways, that's the new thing on the homestead right now. So we're working with these babies, and it looks like they're doing okay so far. So that's basically what's happening around the homestead right now. The honeybees, the reason we ended up with basically an emergency stash of honey, oh Lord, and why we had to move them is we had never seen this, but they were so many bees. They were literally fusing 4 frames together at a time. They needed this big condo. Now this one here holds 31 frames for honey. For bees, and for them to grow on, eat from, and then supply for us. So it's a big hive, y'all. So we were making a decision. We do probably need one more, because we have another box just as big as this bunch. So we're looking at trying to get another one and building it. We'll just do a little at a time until we can build it, and then when we do, we'll transfer those bees. But so far, we think we made the right decision. So anyways, just like normal, what we do this time of year, it starts hitting hot and heavy, and I start canning, restocking, working the garden. And I do want to say this, Miss Tessie, Homestead Tessie, I really enjoy her channel, and she had one recently. She had a sit-down conversation, and she talked about instead of wearing our heart on our sleeves, to pour our heart into our homestead, and that sunk deep with me. And that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's what I started doing this weekend. And that's the reason why there's so many changes right now in the homestead, and why it's cleaning up very much, is because I'm taking Tessie's advice, and I'm pouring my heart into my homestead. So in the meantime, y'all, I'm working on my second loaf, allowing this one to cool. I gotta start supper and probably do some canning tomorrow. I don't know, I got a list. I got a list. So we'll see what happens. I've got to go down my list and see what needs to be done. So in the meantime, we will see you next time. Not sure exactly when, but we will see you again. And when we do, we'll see what we can get into. So we love y'all, and we hope to see you again really soon. In the meantime, much hug from Parton's Heritage Homestead.